Before you start manifesting, before you start visualizing, the first thing you have to do is build your awareness and build your focus. And what I mean by this is you have to set a foundation in which you are able to manifest easier and plant the seeds into your subconscious mind of the desire that you want. And I'm going to be giving you guys an example, a quote unquote brain workout, not even a workout, um, an exercise that you can do to help you manifest way better, to help you visualize way better. And it comes from the book, The Master Key System. If you've never heard of the Master Key System, it is by a man named Charles F. Hannell. And basically, this is like he made this book. It's like a 21 or 24 step guide in which it teaches you how to manifest and use the power of your mind. In this book, he basically explains that everything in this world, everything in this 3D dimension, everything in this 3D reality is simply just a manifestation of what's going on within your mind. It's what's going on within your subconscious and your conscious. Now, one of the first exercises that is the strongest exercise that I have ever done to this point in my life is simply sitting still in silence. And what I mean by this is take at least 15 to 30 minutes out of your day and practice until you can work your way up to, I'd say, about an hour. But at first, it may be hard. Take about 15, 30 minutes out of your day and find a place in your house or somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed, somewhere where you're not going to be, someone's not going to interrupt you. It's silent, it's quiet. Look for a place in which you are free to be alone. And I recommend getting earplugs. They really help with silence. And you can even do this sitting in your chair. And what he says is you should sit still and sit in silence, and you should try your best not to move. Try your best to let all the bodily sensations go and be still and be quiet and sit in silence. And do this for, I said, like 15 to 30 minutes, and see how long you can do this for. And most people will be very surprised to find out that they are not really in control of their body, because your body's going to want to move. You're going to twitch a lot. You're going to have these, these small movements in which you don't even control yourself. And that's the whole point of this exercise, is to control your body, to control yourself. And when you do this, when you stay still, when you stay relaxed and sit in silence, this is when you enter a state of mind in which it's easier to plant ideas into your subconscious mind. So whenever you stay still, whenever you sit in silence, it's almost like it's like a pond of it's like it's like a pond. It's like water. It's like whenever it stays still, whenever you're not in it, you're not moving around and you're not thinking too much, it has time to stay still, and the murkiness of the water becomes clear. And it's the same thing with this exercise. You sit down, you relax, you stay still, and once you do this for, say, like 15 to 30 minutes, you'll start to realize that the thoughts in your head, they start to become slower, they start to disappear. And when this happens, this is the perfect time for you to start asking yourself questions like, how would I feel if I was successful? How would I feel if I was wealthy? How would I feel if I had $1 million? How would I feel if I had a new car? How would I feel if I had my dream body? How would I feel if I was in my ideal relationship? And when you start asking yourself these questions, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest into your life, so let's say you want a relationship, say, how would I feel if I had this perfect relationship? While you're in this mind state, and if you ask yourself one time and you don't get any thoughts, ask yourself again, until you start to visualize and see yourself in this perfect relationship. And you do this correctly whenever the feeling comes upon you and you feel fulfilled, you feel happy, you feel joyful, you feel everything that you would feel if you had that relationship already. Now, what this does is it tricks your subconscious mind which controls 95% of your life. Literally, your subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. Everything that you do, everything, all the outcomes, everything in your life is controlled by your subconscious. And your subconscious mind can only be impressed by feelings and visual scenes within your mind. So whenever you ask yourself these questions, you know you are tricking the subconscious into believing it's already true. If you ask yourself these questions, and you feel fulfilled already, you feel like, oh, I already have these things. So if you were to ask yourself, how would I feel if I had a perfect relationship? You would start visualizing yourself already in a relationship. You would start visualizing yourself already being with that significant someone, with that person that you want, and you will start being overwhelmed with this feeling of, oh, it's already done. I'm happy. I no longer need to wrestle around with the idea of how do I get it, because I already have it. I'm already fulfilled. I'm already walking in the shoes, and I'm already walking in this lifestyle that I already have it. Especially with money, if you were to ask yourself, how would I feel if I was rich? How would I feel if I was successful? You may, imagine yourself on a yacht. You may imagine yourself on a beach. You may imagine yourself counting money. All these things are possible, but the one thing that we all need to realize is that you can't get anything living in this, living externally. That's what 95% of people are doing nowadays. They're living externally, and they're always living in the same cycle, the same repetitive cycle of, failure, because they don't know how to obtain what they want. And it's always going within first. You can't have anything in this 3D reality outwardly unless you go within first. And this is how everything happens. This is how everything manifests. It's all through the mind. That's the first hermetic principle. The first hermetic law is that all is mind. Everything in this universe is mental. So if you want it, you have to go inwards through your mind, your quote-unquote third eye. It's not really an eye in your, above your two eyes. It's your brain. It's your mind. And most people don't know how to use it. Most people don't know how to create. Most people don't know how to use these universal laws and put them in motion. But first you have to go inward. And I'm just going to keep that, keep it short and simple and sweet. I'm not gonna challenge you to do this, but I'm telling you what it takes if you want to manifest your dream reality. You have to go inward, sit in silence, be still, and then this is the foundation. This is the perfect setting for you to create whatever it is that you want in this universe. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you. Nothing with outside of you. Nothing someone else says to you. It's all within your mind. And this exercise I would tell you to do probably 2 to 3 times a day, and try 15 to 30 minutes of your own time. And you have 24 hours out of your day. You have to imagine that if you only give yourself, 15 to 30 minutes, this is nothing. So, but it's also super helpful, so you might as well do it. And also in this book, he says that your mind is also to be trained like muscles. So if you're going to the gym and you're working out physically, over and over and over again, this is the same way your mind would have to be trained, is through repetition, through actually putting in effort, through putting in some sort of, effort. And it's not even hard. That's the craziest part about it. You just need to take 10 minutes out of your day to sit still, sit in silence, and try your best not to move until there's no bodily sensations, until you are, you'll start to feel like you're more connected with your mind, and you'll be in silence and, pure darkness. And this is where it's the perfect time to impress that subconscious with whatever thought that you want, being your manifestation. But make sure it is in first person, your visualization is in first person, and make sure that you are in the end state. So if you were to want a relationship, you're not chasing it, but you already have it. So imagine you already having that thing that you want, and that's how you impress the subconscious mind. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.